Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo-sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. And this right here is the only survivor of the entire Eggsac for the green bottle blue. And this is Nemo, the one and only survivor. And as you can see, there's a piece of stuck shed on one of his legs. But I'm not too worried because tarantulas can self-amputate their own legs if need be. So I think this little one will be fine. So for those who are not caught up, essentially the story was that Mama ate her own babies. Yes, she ate her own egg sac, and I tried to save a few eggs. And of all the eggs I saved, which was only a small number, this was the only surviving one. And I'm glad that this one made it, and I will keep this one as a pet. So let us raise this one, and let us hope that this one can have at least a decent life. So everybody wish this little one the best, and let us see what the future holds for this one. So now what we're seeing here is my Poecilotheria striata, and these are all eggs with legs, and they're getting ready to molt into first instar. And there are some rotting eggs in this batch, so I'm trying to actually clean it out and take out those bad eggs that have rotted and molded. So essentially, this is actually egg sac number 2. So this is not the same egg sac that I pulled in a couple of videos back. So I'm going to show you that egg sac later on in this video. But for now, this is just me working with cleaning out and taking out all the bad eggs and whatnot. Now, I didn't take out all of the bad eggs and the molded eggs and the deflated eggs in this recording, but just to let you guys know, I did take them all out. It's just that not in this recording. So don't you guys worry, everything's going to be fine. Now, in terms of the numbers of this batch here, I don't know exactly the exact numbers, but if I'm taking a guess, I'd say 75. And I'd like to hear everybody's guesses down below for this batch. So for batch number 2 that you're seeing right now, how many eggs with legs or how many babies do you think there is? I personally think it's 75, but hey, let us see who's right and who's wrong once we actually separate when the time comes. Now jumping right back into my breeding projects that I had going on this year. So the 3 green bottle blues didn't really work out, and the carabiner versicolors, it seems like all of them are going to molt out. And I think it's because I'm keeping the humidity way too high. Probably, I'm not too certain, but I think that's the reason. So I'm going to try again next year most likely, but we kind of had to wait and see because it's not over just yet. I'm just suspecting that all of them are going to molt out at this point. So I'm prepared for the worst. So for my other breeding projects, such as my Poecilotheria striatus that you're seeing now, you could say this one was a success. Now I didn't really invest too much into this breeding project because I've already produced these in the past and I had a lot of offsprings, so I traded some for others of the same species, so that way I can have different bloodlines coming in, so that way they don't get inbred, because you want good genetics, right? A diverse gene pool, that is. So honestly, I didn't invest much when it comes to the Poecilotheria striatus that you're seeing now, so it's honestly a good thing. So it was essentially a very affordable breeding project to get going. Now, what else am I working on? The Harpactira pulchripes. So I decided that I'm going to hold off on that breeding project just for now, because I want to make sure that all of these babies that you're seeing in this video are raised properly, so that way I can find them proper homes and whatnot and wholesale to the right people. Because like I said, I'm an ethical breeder. I don't want to just breed everything now. I'm very picky about what I choose to breed, and I have to make sure that these guys are sent off to proper homes or a proper dealer or a proper vendor that's willing to take them in. So we got to deal with these guys first, and after I deal with these guys, then I'll start thinking about the future breeding projects for later on, such as the Harpactira pulchripes. Now the Harpactira pulchripes are ready to breed, but I'm just gonna wait because I gotta make sure that everything works out first. And I will show you some of the adult females that freshly molted later on in this video, so stay tuned from that. And now let us transition to the other first egg sac of the Poecilotheria striatus. So these are some healthy looking babies. I have to say, they're honestly healthier than I expected. The abdomens are plump, their legs are looking good, no bad molts, and they're crawling everywhere. And honestly, they're super healthy, so I'm very impressed. They're not ready to separate just yet. They need one more molt, and then they'll be ready to separate. But as of now, they're gonna stay in this incubator for a little while longer. Kawaii desu yo ne. Like, they're so adorable and so cute. And honestly, I think these guys will have no problem finding a new home once they're second instar. So I really don't have any worries about these guys because they're super healthy and they look amazing actually. And as you can see, some of these guys appear to be a bit darker, and the reason why is because they're getting ready to molt to second instar, and once they all molt into second instar, they'll be ready to separate. So now I would like to hear what everybody thinks about how many there are. I think there's about maybe 100 of these guys in this incubator, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. How many babies do you think is in batch number 1 for the Poecilotheria striatus? Leave a comment down below. I honestly think it's 100, but hey, that's less for me to work with because while I wouldn't mind more, having more is also a lot to work with. So smaller numbers means less work, am I right? I mean, hey, it's up to the individual, I guess. Some want more, others, they are fine with just a small number, right? Now, in terms of how many of these I'll keep, I'm not too certain as of yet. I'm thinking about maybe only 5 or 10 of these guys. And that's probably just for future breeding maybe. I really don't know. Like I stated, I don't really know how many I'll keep, how many I'll sell, because I kind of have to profit as well, because it costs quite a bit of money to get these breeding projects going. So until I see the final numbers, I can't really guesstimate how many I'll keep. So let us see in the future. I would also like to mention this about my breeding projects. Next year, I'm going to take it a bit more slower, so there may not be a lot of tarantula breedings next year. And the reason why is because this year has been a lot, honestly. So I really want to push back a little bit on myself so I can, relax a bit more. Because remember, everybody, I'm a one-man band here. So this is honestly a lot of uptaking, especially for one person, because I really want to produce high quality and healthy babies. So all these healthy babies you're seeing now is my work, honestly. So next year, I really want to take it slower so that way I can ensure the quality of what I produce that is healthy and ethical. And now let us transition to our Harpactira pulchripes, also known as the golden and blue-leg baboon tarantulas. And these 3 females that I'm going to show today have freshly molted within a week or 2 ago. So they're all ready to eat except one, because the last one in this video was freshly molted about 3 to 4 days ago, so she's not ready to eat. But the first 2 that you're going to see in this video are going to eat, so yeah, enjoy that little snack that I give them. And their colors for the first one is a bit dull, but it'll come in. Her fangs are hardened up, so she is ready to eat, as you'll see in this video, so don't worry guys. As previously stated, these Harpactira pulchripes females, although they may be ready to breed, I'm going to hold these off until next year, maybe the later half of next year, so that way I don't overwork myself with the number of slings and whatnot. Because like I stated, I want to make this ethical and reasonable, so I don't want to overcumber myself with a number of slings and then neglect all of them or a number of them. I want to give every single sling a chance to thrive. So I'm going to focus on what I have this year, and for these females is for next year. And I know everybody wants to see me breed this species, but everybody, please remain calm. I will breed them next year, but like I stated it, when it comes to this work, we have to make sure that the animals we produce in captivity are thriving. I don't want them surviving, I want them to thrive, okay? Like, I want them to be healthy. I really want to see some healthy boys and girls, okay, everybody? I mean, don't you want to see everybody grow up to be healthy and strong? I do. So please, guys, cut me some slack. I'm going to make sure that I work with what I have now and then focus on these guys for next time. So the breeding projects for this species will happen, just not today and not this year, but next year. So stay tuned. And I also got to figure out how many of these I'll breed, because I do have 10 females, but I don't want to breed every single female I have, because then there'll be too many babies and then I won't be able to actually care for every single one of them. As a breeder, you got to know your limitations and also how many you can take care of. So I'm looking at maybe 3 or 4 females, or maybe 5. I don't know how big their sac numbers are, so we kind of had to wait and see. So this right here is my 3rd female, and as stated, she's freshly molted. So she's not going to be fed just yet because she's still freshly molted. So she's still soft and her fangs are not ready to eat. So I guess I'm going to wrap up the video right around here. So without further ado, thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay updated to whenever I upload here on the channel. I upload every single Friday, so please feel free to do so. And also, I really want to thank my Patreon supporters for, supporting me and helping me out, especially here on the channel, because it means a lot to you guys and to me as well. So thank you guys. And also, follow me on my IG and my Twitter, especially on my IG, because I post pictures there once in a while. So please feel free to do so. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.